Upon this mountain I stand, my love at my side, at the dawning of day. Two in one and one in two, the journey begins, and the waxing and waning from mother to daughter and father to son grows stronger within. And the women and men who have stood side by side through the ages give me strength in my heart. And I have journeyed with you, watch you and care for you, give and take in our union. And I have been there when you need me, for we are bound as one. And earth below and sky above are witness to this day as ever before. And as of earth and as of sky, we join the circle here, and the lightness and darkness of life to be shared grows stronger within. And the friends and the family who watch me today give me strength in my heart. And I shall journey with you, watch you and care for you, give and take in our union. And I shall be there when you need me, for we are bound as one. And every year upon this day, while we both shall live, I shall wake and smell the air and remember this day with you by my side. And the words that were spoken that bind us together in spirit and in flesh. Let us ever remember the words that were spoken this day. And I shall journey with you, watch you and care for you, give and take in our union. And I shall be there when you need me, for we are bound as one. And I shall journey with you, watch you and care for you, give and take in our union. And I shall be there when you need me, for we are bound as one. Hello, hello, hello. Well, we've been sound checking for the last, I don't know, I spent like an hour and a half on tech today trying to up the sound to all this stunning visual stuff that Andy's created. And so I've pulled things out of cupboards, and it's different than going. I can't use all the digital stuff that I normally do because it's all got to land in this program over here where I can just say hello to you like that. Oh, we've changed a bit of lighting. Hope you're well. So you're hearing me through this now instead of through the GoPro and through the computer and all that sort of stuff. Hopefully you can hear me. Can you hear me? Is there anybody who'd like to make any sound suggestions today? I'd love to hear from you. There's a hello from somebody. Melbourne's doing slightly better, possibly, in a backwards forward sort of way. There's 2 cases in our studio. Oh, that's Andy says that it sounds great. That's fantastic. Does the piano sound good? We won't know till we keep going. Hey, I've been forgetting to do show and tell for you. Andy got me a Vogue subscription last year because he knows that I would like it as a special treat sometimes. And I was so thrilled to see it. Let's open it up. I think, apart from Naomi Campbell, there have not been many, POC. We haven't had many international nor dark-skinned models on the front page. Oh, that's that. Oh, I should know her name. Alipia? I know, I'm not sure. Isn't that a stunning shot? Look at the world all coming together. Isn't that beautiful? Well, good. All right. Well, Andy says it's all working, so if Andrew's happy, I'm happy. That's how that works. Let's put that. No, you can't see that in the background there. Well, I'll be able to. So having worked on sound all day, I don't know what I'm actually going to... Oh, yeah, the hands work. That's good. I don't know what I'm going to sing or play for you. Any requests? It's request night. Andrew's got a request. I'll play your favourite song. This is a Wendy Matthews song. There's a pretty piano bit at the beginning. I can't remember it. Hey, does it ever make you wonder what's on my mind? I was only ever running one step behind. I never cried, I just watched my life go by. It's just a waste of time, 'cause you're leaving me behind. Why? After this long, is there nothing I'll keep? You can say I'm falling asleep. I never cried, I just watched my life go by. It's just a pack of lies, 'cause you're leaving me behind. Say, there's not a cloud in the sky, it's as blue as your blue goodbyes. And I thought that it would rain on the day you went away. There's not a cloud in sight, it's as blue as your blue goodbyes. pass. And I thought that it would rain on the day you went away. Hey, does it ever make you wonder what's on my mind? You were only ever running one step behind. Hey, there's not a cloud in sight. It's as blue as your blue goodbyes. And I thought that it would rain on the day you went away. Hey, there's not a cloud in sight. It's as blue as your blue goodbyes. And I thought that it would rain on the day you went away. These are the buses and the aeroplanes with a suitcase and a sleeping bag. Now I get that song. That's good. Here, I'll swap back over here. Annie made the very important note that that I should give you an idea of how long it's taken him and me and our family to reach this stage to be able to have a home TV studio. So I started working with mics and gigs when I was 14 at my eldest brother's restaurant. I was doing Friday and Saturday nights there. And then by the time I was 16, I was gigging a lot of nights a week at the Windsor, and I think some of the nights I was in on the mic there, working with different mics and different desks, and you just sort of, you start learning all the basic audio engineering stuff and calling up people. Music started for me. Music training started when I was 5 on the piano, but I think I was sort of kicking along in time in the womb. I came out making music, and it's way down both sides of my family. Lots of pro and amateur musicians, and my granddad, it was said on one side, could Grandpa Charlie could play any instrument if he given 5 minutes. He said it took him about 5 minutes. He could play so many instruments, he'd just pick up more. And down my dad's side, there's we've even got William G. James, I think is a great uncle, who wrote some of our beautiful the Australian Christmas carols and things like that. So our whole clan is very musical. So, by the time I was 2 or 3, you're already hugely infiltrated with lots of music. Photography's right down Andrew's side. He went to photography PSC, Photography Studies College, and adored the video component. And so he was well and truly hooked by then. But there's photography right down his mum's side and art down his dad's side. So, and then the tech, Xander started to be my audio engineer from about the age of 5 or 6, but by the time he could carry like a mic stand, I'd get him to come along to gigs, and he was actually sort of, when he was pretend helping by the age of 7 or 8. By the time he was 9, he was just head under the headphones and beautifully, audio. He little one would be sitting under these, actually properly audio engineering for me. And then by the time he was 10 or 11, he was doing all the lighting rigs. We'd added that in. And by 12, he sort of decided you could put it all on a computer and do the visual, the tiles and things behind when I was singing. I did it was such an enjoyable tour around country Victoria for, like a government thing, going into the country towns. And I would do around Europe in an hour, and I'd sing songs from whatever European countries, and Xander would have all these beautiful images from that country up behind me as I sang. And so Xander's gone on to be an Apple genius. So this tie-in that you're seeing here, and then my kids are forever, River and Liana are forever bombarding me with arts ideas, going, oh, you could do this, and have you thought about doing that? So if you're looking at this going, I don't know how I can get mine up to that level of tech stuff, that's just send me a little note and I'll give you the first stage. You can set up some pretty good stuff with Ecamm Live is our newest baby for putting it all together, and you could just start with your laptop and a camera and you'd have 2 cameras going, and that would put it all together. We've got lots of artists out there who are stuck at their home going, how do I give out my art? And you can be singing to backing tracks and all that sort of thing. Speaking of singing to backing tracks, let me not sing to a backing track. I did some the other night. You heard it cut out before. I thought, I'll give my operatic voice a bit of a blast. I put on a backing track here. I thought this is going to be so much fun. But by the time I'd done the higher notes a few times, my tinnitus played up so much. I've had tinnitus now since the Whip Crack in Phantom on November 30th, 1995. I haven't heard silence since then. So the isolation is actually a real blessing for me. The more silence I'm around, the better my ears get. They haven't come back to silence, but they're pretty good. There's a jazz song I'm trying to think of. Couldn't bear it without you. Don't get around much anymore. What if I've sung this? No, I haven't. Missed the Saturday dance. Had they crowded the floor. Couldn't bear it without you. Don't get around much anymore. Thought I'd visit the club. Got as far as the door. They'd have asked me about you. Don't get around much anymore. That's so true. Darling, I guess my mind's more at ease. But nevertheless, why stir up memories? Being invited on dates might have gone, but what fun? Awfully different without you. Don't get around much anymore. Big shout out to Marty Fields, who's been doing fantastic parodies, COVID parodies on famous songs. Darling, I guess my mind's more at ease, but nevertheless, why stir up memories? Being invited on dates might have gone, but far awfully different without you. Don't get around much anymore. Awfully different without you. Don't get around much anymore. Don't get around much anymore. I don't get around much anymore. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, I just thought of the two songs while I was doing that. Sister, you've been on my mind. And I thought of something else. Don't know what it is. It's gone. Gone. Oh, and I also have spent the whole day. I thought, this is a time for, you can break down there are some rules out there. I'll tell you what I'm thinking about. Right, so there's girl songs and there's boys songs. And the boys have started singing all the girls songs for quite a while. They're like out there singing, I am woman, hear me roar, right? It's like, why not? It's really fun. How often do you hear the girls singing the boys' songs? Not very often. And if I were a boy, I would sing, but I'm not going to sing it today because I've belted it so much during the day. That's what I've done on my throat. And I don't normally sing it. If I were a boy, I would sing from Chess, Anthem. No man, no madness, though the sad power may prevail. I'm not going to keep going because it cut out before and I just freaking have worn out my voice. Didn't warm up or anything before starting to belt because I was sound checking, of course. Who would do that? Now, my darlings, don't get around at all, says Cousin Lee. Yes. Why hasn't anybody picked up that is the current theme song? Don't get around much anymore. Don't get around at all anymore. And possibly less coming up. Aren't we fortunate to be connected like this, though? All right. And I need a sheet here, the one that doesn't change per day, the one that says what am I going to use for for show and tell. And there's bits I wanted to do every day, and I haven't been doing them. Of course not. No, where's it? Oh, have I got some breathing set up? Let me see. I think I turned that on. I don't. Oh, that's not connected to that anymore. That's connected to that. It's getting very tricky in here, technically wise. It'll be okay. I just need 7 computers and 6 assistants. It's not too hard. Let me just please excuse my back. Oh, it's coming through over there? Shouldn't come through over there. Oh no, that was a ping from somebody. And let's just from my lullaby album. Oh, I didn't put up my little lights. You can do that. Okay, that's coming out of that computer. That works nicely. There's some pretty lights behind me. That's nicer. Let's do some breathing. Anyway, told you I'd do jammies. Actually looks like an evening dress, doesn't it? I got that I was meeting Andrew over in Perth. Back when the world was travelling. Okay. My shoulders are going to be tight until I've finished tuning that piano up over there. It's going okay, bit by bit. Slow. Okay. Do all this along with me. Stretch your neck slowly. Side to side. Moi. Moi. Back to you. Beautiful. Looking slowly up into the corner. Careful. And up into the other corner. Good. Glance to your... Is that your left? It's my left. Glance to your right. You get used to reversing it in dance classes. Up to the sky from there, slowly, careful. And if you like doing neck rolls, neck circles, now is your moment. And some people really don't like that feeling at all. And some people love it, like me. Around the other way. Okay, where are you storing your tension during this time? You're probably tense. If you're not tense, that's a surprising thing. Oh, I've got a great story to tell you. This is the good news story of the day. I've got 2 good news stories. I gotta pause that. Oh, wait a minute. We'll just drop the volume. Which is over here. I gotta learn how to fly this plane. All right, put that in the background. 2 beautiful stories I picked up today. One was a little kid. It's about 7, and this is through a Facebook growing group that I'm part of. You know, growing your vegetable garden in Melbourne or something to do with that. And the dad was so excited because he'd said to his 7-year-old, he said, we can go out and harvest today and you can eat the lunch from the harvest of what we've been growing. And the kid just screamed in excitement because they've been working the harvest and all that sort of stuff. Read that. And, you know, from a backyard garden. And so this kid who's become so excited with the growing of vegetables, and there's a lot of kids now that are getting more connected with nature as we're all pulling into a home life, and there's new things for them. And so I hope that you're growing little things even on your kitchen sill, and just because it will help to see life and to have spring starting up and things are starting to really fire up. My little lemon tree has sprouted another couple of leaves, and the strawberry plant made it through the winter. I overwintered it. The chili plant made it through. I thought it had died off. Anyway, I'm having fun with all of that stuff. The other fantastic story is Yudi in New York, my friend Sarah's husband, who's now been in the ICU for 5 months, just coming up to 5 months, and he's going better and better. You know, he's turning corners. And just today, Sarah just said to him, you know, you're so brave, Yudi. You're doing so brilliantly. Yudi said, well, I figured this is just like, because he's got the track collar on for part of the day and he can talk sometimes, you know, just like it takes a while. And then he goes back on the ventilator at night. So, yeah, that's really cool. And Yudi said, I figured this is like an amusement park where I can't leave till I've gone on all the rides and every procedure and every machine that they put me on, the MRIs and the ultrasounds and all these different things. And some things go up and down and some things you go through a tunnel, and that's the MRI, and all these different things. That's, you know, and they can be frightening, but it's like a ride that you've got to go through and get to, and then you've done that ride at the amusement park. And I was just struck by this extraordinary positive attitude by somebody who's been at death's door for 5 months in the ICU, decides it's like an amusement park in a hospital. I thought that just topped any story I'd ever heard for positivity. Isn't that great? There's a message here from Lee I'm going to read. I'm looking at Mum's old photo album and listening on my phone. Colin cooked a pea cake? What's a pea cake? Pear, pomegranate, and pineapple. Wow. Pear, pomegranate, and pineapple cake. Can I come around and try that when we're allowed to come around and do things? That sounds incredible. Or you could send a recipe. I love pomegranate. And pineapple cake. can really work. Wow, that's extraordinary, Colin. How great. We're meant to be breathing. Let's turn this up. No, that's the down. All right, I've got a minute and a half more of that. And then it's time to say goodbye. Breathing in and out. Make sure your breath in is silent. Breathing in and out. And practice at this time breathing through the nose. In silently. If it's relaxed, it will be silent. Relax here. Once more. Breathing in silently. Feel your stomach expand. One hand here to check it isn't moving, and one hand down on your stomach to feel it is moving. We'll just do some in and out to 3 in, out for 3. In for 4, out for 4. Expand your whole rib cage. In for 5, out for 5. And if you're comfortable with that, let's do 6. In, that's the last track on my album, The Lullaby Kit, available on iTunes and Spotify and everywhere else that Amazon, everywhere that you buy albums. But if you get it on Spotify, I earn 1/4 cent for every 200 views. How did that happen to musicians? Something shonky has happened there. We're going to have a lot of starving artists in this next while. When everybody's healthy, we'll think about where artists are in this whole total thing. All right, my darlings, it's time suddenly for us to say goodbye. Be it ever so humble, there's no place like home. Be it ever so humble, there's no place like home. 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 Have a lovely Saturday night dinner tomorrow night. Stay indoors. Wear your masks if you have to go out. Try very hard not to go out. Stay safe, and I'll see you on Monday. Love you. Good night, Santa. Good night, Melbourne.